Hello folks, Denobi2 here with Benjamin. On this episode, we're going to talk about Iron Man. The diecast Mark VI, which just came up on pre-order and is being shown overseas on a toy fair show. I actually am looking forward to a diecast Mark VI figure, even though I have the original one. Did you ever own the Mark VI, Benjamin?
No, I never owned the Mark VI. I think I had a chance. Maybe I might have the Iron Man 2 one, but that was a way. When did Iron Man 2 come out?
That was 2010, 2011.
Yeah, I might have. I mean, I owned
Okay.
a lot of Iron Man pieces, but then I started to realize that I didn't want that many. And not harping on you.
Okay.
It's just not where I wanted to go with my collection, and so I decided to trade a lot of my Iron Man stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it worth a revisit to this diecast Mark VI?
I have to say that, and I'm not trying to sell out because I really don't like seeing Iron Man stuff just in general, especially when they're being reissued. But I have to say that this Mark VI is actually pretty solid. It's a solid piece.
Yeah.
You do get the base. That's when he's
The gantry.
Yeah, the gantry piece where it's taking off all of his pieces or putting them on either or. You have the helmet, which is really cool. I think that's a special edition helmet.
A special edition helmet when you pre-order.
Right,
Yeah,
that
through
looks
Sideshow.
really cool.
Yeah.
You have all the
Yeah.
you have all the hands and all the little gizmos and gadgets in the sense that he's got the rockets and everything else. You did point out to me the lights underneath the chest.
Yes.
That's really cool.
There's extra work. There's extra work and love into this character. I personally do not like when Hot Toys reissues Iron Man's figures, but I have to make the exception on this one because the Mark VI is a very important suit. This is a suit that was featured in Iron Man 2 and in the film Avengers. So this piece caters to two films. The Mark VI is a very, very important suit because of that. And because the original Hot Toys Mark VI was released years ago.
I mean, but we knew that this was going to happen.
Of course. We talked about this.
They've been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
And a lot of people who are pissed off, if this was what we were talking about a long time ago, is that we want to see Hot Toys not revisit items and move forward and putting out new product.
Yes.
That's really what we want to see.
New products or new characters?
New characters.
New characters,
New product,
okay.
Something that hasn't been already made that they're
Okay.
going to, this figure is nice. I mean, it's really a Mark VI on steroids. I mean,
Yes.
It's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of freaking Mark VI.
Yeah.
This is the one you want. This is the pit bull.
Yeah, it looks badass. It makes my version look like the poor cousin. This is, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it makes your version look like the inbred.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Hick version of the Mark VI.
Absolutely. We talked about this, and the speculation was really high because we got the Whiplash Mark II diecast.
Yeah.
We got, then a year later, we got the pre-order for the War Machine, which is a beautiful piece.
Beautiful piece.
But so it was only logic that Hot Toys was on the path to recreating that famous battle from Iron Man 2.
Right.
So
I mean, overall, I'm not excited about it. I know you are.
Yeah, it's important. It really is an important piece.
It's hard for me to get, too excited about an Iron Man piece that's already been around for a lot of years, and then they put it out. The only reason why I do agree with you is because it does come with a lot of cool stuff.
It really does. I will actually even defend the price. The $360 price, I think, in this market is fair because the original Mark VI, for the longest, you know that, Benjamin.
It's sold for big
sold
money.
For $400 to $500. I mean, that price held on for at least a couple of years. I remember.
I think when I traded for something like $350, $400.
So absolutely, Hot Toys. They're probably keeping an eye on the third-party market. So $360 to get a brand new Mark VI diecast with all the articulation, all the accessories, I think is actually a fair price. If you look at the history based on this character, like I said, for the longest time, the Mark VI was a holy grail piece. I don't think it's a holy grail piece anymore. I think it's dropped.
I just don't understand why people are getting so, for me as a collector, I don't really understand why people are just going nuts for it. I know that it hasn't been out for a long time. It's kind of like, okay,
It's very debatable because the new collectors love it.
Oh yeah.
And then the old collectors are just bent out of shape about it.
Right. I think that there should be value in figures that have been around for years and years and years.
Yes.
It's pretty obvious that if you've been collecting for a long time, that figure should be around and should stay at a certain price point because you can't get a hold of it anymore. We talked about this.
Yes,
before.
and it's not about flipping. It's not about running underground. It's that if you shell out $300 for a statue, you just want the value to still be there if you get bored or tired of it a few years down the road. That's it.
It's not about being selfish. It's just about wanting to have something that's elitist, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Something that people want that they can't have or they have to pay a good penny to get.
Yeah.
And you were the person who had that figure a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you've had it, and here it is. So I kind of feel like when they do a reissue, it just destroys the value of older figures.
Oh, absolutely, it does. So overnight, the value on the Mark VI from the Hot Toys, it dropped overnight on eBay. Absolutely. Right. And like I said, that is the way of the world. That's the way it's always worked. You know,
so
it
overall,
is what it
it's a
is.
must-buy for you. For me, it's a pass.
Yeah.
I think that it does. If this is something that you're really into,
yeah.
and you really need a Mark VI, this is the one to get. Again, the Pit Bull. This is the Count Dracula.
Yeah.
This is the freaking monster werewolf from Van Helsing. This is what you want. Okay.
The Subzero Toy Fair exclusive.
That piece of garbage.
You know,
I mean, I've been waiting for this part of the segment because it's a piece of garbage. I want you to buy one so that I can rip it apart on camera for everybody to see.
It's Hot Toys printing money is what it is, because there's no real reason to have a Subzero Mark VII repaint again.
I'm sorry,
even me, a lover of Iron Man, I'm getting tired of it. I really, really am. Another one.
Yeah,
another repaint.
You know you're going to get hammered because you just said you wanted the Mark VI. But again, this
the Mark VI is different. This
is not the 5th or 6th or 10th iteration of the Mark VII.
Exactly.
This is not going to be the last version of the Mark VII either.
No. The Mark VII suit is probably the most abused mold making piece that Hot Toys has, and it's to the point where they are printing money with the Mark VII suit. A different color. So next year we'll have a neon fluorescent Mark VII.
Any collectors out there, leave a comment if you really want to buy this piece. But please, when you do leave the comment, tell me why. Really why.
Why would you want a Subzero Mark VII suit?
Like why? Just explain it.
I just thought of something. It's funny. They haven't even released a hologram version of the Mark VII. I mean, even though we've seen those overseas.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm tired. Anyway. Look, we get it.
You're giving them ideas.
Yeah, we totally get it. It's a Toy Fair. It's a con exclusive, whatever it is. It's just another repainted Mark VII that's probably going to sell out because the stealth version sold out pretty fast. So, I mean,
number one, it's not going to hold its value. Once time goes on, it's going to dip in price. There are going to be more of them that come out.
Yep.
So there's no point of really, unless you have to have every single Iron Man suit, and you wanted one that was an.
How much is this? How much is it? How much is the Subzero suit?
$300.
$300. $300 for another clone.
Now, when I say $300, it might be $290, $499. Please don't kill me on the price. There's a lot of people who go, Benjamin, you asshole. You didn't say it's $5 up. It's cool, man.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's not going to be the last version of the Mark VII suit, but
nothing to get excited about.
I feel like we can't even attack Hot Toys because people are just buying it. They're making it because folks
I don't
are still buying
it.
Yeah. So it's not even Hot Toys' fault. It's just folks are still buying it.
I'm going to say this again. Because Hot Toys made that piece, it gets to a point like when you get tired as a collector, it actually takes away from your collecting.
Yeah.
You just go like, what the hell am I collecting anymore?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Are you serious?
$300 for Subzero when you can do $360 for brand new diecast sculpted Mark VI.
Yeah, which hasn't been around. It's the second time, and so on and so forth. So this is really. This is really something. Although, as I recall, didn't they reissue the Mark VI somewhere down the line?
No, it's
as
only.
I recall, I remember they had the Mark.
Yeah.
There
was a battle version. Yes, a few months down the road, there was a battle version of the Mark VI.
I'm glad that I said that because the hardcore collectors would have tore us a new one.
You're right. There was like a movie promo edition of the Mark VI, but it was just
hero.
But it was just a few months. Yeah, it was just a few months down the road. So.
Because Denobi, he gets mad, right? Like he'll be like, "Damn it, we should have looked into that, Ben. We should have known that there was another one that came out. They're tearing us a new one on the comments." And I go, "Yeah, you're right." So I just do that.
Yeah,
I'm a hero, man. But anyways.
Anyway, it is what it is. Guys, leave your comments below. Like, subscribe. The Mark VI, I'm sold on it. I'm getting it. Denobi 2 here.
Benjamin.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.